Recently, I had a conversation with a close friend of mine as regards achieving his biggest dreams and hopes. He was actually pretty frustrated in our discussion because he felt he has been doing everything right as he thinks to manifest his dreams, and yet he was continually coming short. So I sat him down. I said, let's talk. I asked him some deep questions as regards his belief and what was actually holding him back from doing things he needed to do. So some discussion from our conversation and most of the things he said, I realized that he has some strong, unwavering feeling of unworthiness. That means he feels that he isn't worthy for some of the things he's asking for or some of the things he's actually looking for. And that feeling and that sense has been one of the things that actually really holding him down from really doing the things that he needs to do. So I counseled him and I gave him some advices and asked him some questions and I told him some things that he could do. Though it saddened him at based on all what we said, though it saddened him, but he was able to come out of it all and realize that what I was actually saying was for his own good. So he had this sense of relief after everything I said to him. So when he left, I sat down and I began to think about how people usually really have this sense of unworthiness and not really feeling they deserve some things, or because you are meant to we have been wired to think that we must deserve everything we have and all of that. So that self-esteem is really affecting a lot of people. That low self-esteem is affecting a lot of people. So I thought about it myself, and I remembered my own personal experience some years back. I mean, during the early stages of my business, there were this company I was actually following. I was actually chasing them to get them to work with me. I've tried it for some period of time. I've sent them mails. I've spoken with them on the phone. A lot of things that I've done just to see if I could get them to be my for me to do work for them. And within a period of time, I tried for some time though, and it's a very big firm though. If I call their name, I guess some of you might know them. So, but one particular day, they gave me the invitation and asked me to come so we could talk and so we could discuss face to face, one on one discussion. So, guess what I did? You can imagine the people that I've been up to or that I've followed for quite some time to get them to give me their works or to get them to bring their works to me. They finally asked me to come over so we can discuss. And what did I do? I felt I wasn't worthy. I looked at them so big and I looked at myself because I was just starting off. In fact, I didn't even have an office then. I was still operating from home. I was not looking at it that am I worthy enough to go and stand before these people or to how do I couple? I just feel that they are just too big for me. But I didn't think they were big when I was chasing after them. Finally, they called me and I was feeling they are too big for me to go and meet them. And guess what I did? I called one of the persons I respected in the industry, very big somebody I respected a lot. So I sent him. I told him about everything and I asked him to go there and represent me and act as though it was me. I explained everything to him. But the only thing I just said was that when he gets there, whatever they conclude on and when the jobs comes out, he should endeavor to share the profit with me and all of that. And we discussed and we agreed. And he rushed over there because they, they are, these clients are big, so definitely he's going to rush to go and meet them. So he went there, and after the discussion and everything, he came back. I asked him how did it go. He told me that and that it went well, but they just said that they're going to reach out to me or reach out. I don't know. He just said he just gave me some kind of talk to just cover it up and say, yeah, it went well. They're going to call when they need the services. So I said, okay. I swallowed it. I looked at it. Okay, I believed what he said then. So 2 months later, I was surprised. I checked his page and I saw this company's work on his page. I was shocked. I said, wow. I felt really pained. In fact, just the thought of it alone on its own gets me emotional at times. I was really pained. I said, can you imagine something I worked for, I chased after them, I followed them to get it, but because I was not feeling worthy to go and face them, I lost that huge opportunity. That experience taught me a big lesson I could never ever forget. Since that very day, I marked it within myself, never ever again to find myself in such situation. When there is something that probably looks big for me to do and I need to do it, I'll go out there and do it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But never should I find myself in a position again where I feel as though I don't deserve something or something is too big for me. And unconsciously, many people sabotage their success without belief, without thinking. Most people believe that some things are too big for them or some things are not within their cadre, within their class for them to get it. And before you know it, once that belief sink in, it tends to work against them. It could be, for example, it could be probably when you were growing up, your parents probably usually call you a good for nothing child. And once they keep saying that to you and you believe it, probably because of one or two errors that you're doing while growing up, you believe it, you tend to start thinking yourself low and not believing that you could do something with yourself. Or it could be friends, or it could be colleagues, or it could be a business associate, or it could be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your partner, or your spouse could be saying some things that are actually not really right, but you believe them instead of rather you thinking within yourself and believe your own self to know that you are in the position to determine what you can do and what you can achieve and what you can fulfill, and not the opinion of others. But that those their opinions and those their beliefs and those their talks and those their demeaning talks about you tend to work against your self-esteem, and before you know it, you really believe you can do something big. It might be that you are looking for a job, and I read something the other day that someone was talking about that people that usually look for job, they go out there to look for those lower class jobs rather than going for those higher ones, because subconsciously they believe within themselves that those higher ones is not meant for them, or they are not worthy for it, or they are not qualified for it. In quotes, qualification, quote unquote, it depends on what you believe and what you think you can do. So, but some persons sabotage themselves with that, and they believe they can't go there or they can't do it. Or you're submitting a proposal as a business person, you are just chasing for the smaller clients, those peanut ones. You didn't believe that you can actually go to those bigger ones and get them. And with that belief, it tends to hurt you a lot because the ground there is crowded. Why at the top there are a lot of spaces for people to float, but most people don't crave that top position because they believe that the bottom part is where they belong. The bottom part is where they belong, and once you keep thinking the bottom part is where they belong because of what people are saying against you or what you believe or what you have been fed or what you have seen around you, you tend to continually take those thoughts as your reality, and they tend to work against you. It could be people around you and everybody. People's opinion about you shouldn't count at all concerning your belief and your achievement. Your own opinion and whatever you say to yourself should count. Now, whatever you believe is what you get. Nothing has meaning except for the meaning we give to it. That is one thing you should understand. Okay, it could be on the other expense of it, or on the other angle of it. Some of the things that gives people this unworthiness or low self-esteem or they don't deserve something is probably okay. Like, as a believer, and you sinned before God, and you just believe that okay, sin because you are a sinner, no, you can't get anything, you don't deserve anything, you can't get anything. And that belief of the fact that you cannot get anything from God because you have sinned will affect you from even receiving in itself. Even the good book says we should come onto the throne of grace with confidence so we can find mercy and grace to help us in times of need. So if God that we believe in encourages you to come to Him with confidence, why should you then be sabotaging yourself and believing you can't come because you are not worthy? That feelings on its own will affect you. So what you should do, you should check those things that you think people are saying against you. You should look at them. Are they actually correct, or that is just their own opinion? If that is your opinion, it doesn't concern you, then you should work on your belief and know what you believe is what can work for you. But if they are somewhat right with what they are saying, what you should do, you should pick those things and work around them and improve yourself rather than letting those things they are saying work against you. But if it's just your opinion, you shouldn't let people's opinion bother you. Like my pastor sometimes used to say, he will say he's a dark man and he's a dark man. So he will say that imagine someone looking at him and said, look at this yellow woman, or insult him as a yellow woman. He wouldn't get offended with that because he will look at the person and say that probably either your sight, something is wrong with your sight, or your mental faculty. So people's opinion shouldn't count on whatever you're deciding. or what you're thinking or what you want to do. Those opinions can sabotage your success if you let them sink deep. So you should walk out of them. So now, to make this point clear, recognize that whether you are worthy or not is all a made-up story. Because I don't know about you, but I can't imagine, I can't remember anybody that went through the stamping lineup at birth, that God stamped everybody on this world. Just imagine that. Imagine God stamping everybody when when they give birth to you, God stamp you worthy or unworthy. Okay, this person worthy, James worthy, Kola unworthy. I don't know if you can understand the picture I'm painting. There is no that stamping at all from God or anybody. There's nobody that comes up with that right to make you feel unworthy. It's just your own made up belief. So if you are making up such belief and nobody's stamping with that belief, what should you do? Counter it off with taking action and doing the things you know that are actually going to work out for you. Like if it's for those proposal, submit it to those big establishments that you think it might not work. You'll be shocked at what you can achieve if you give it a try. You will never know what you can do except we hit the try button. You might fail, which is normal. But all you do is learn from it and you bounce and we do. You never know what you can achieve except you do it. Nothing has meaning except for the meaning we give it. If you try and something happen, you work around it. If you try something happen, you work around it. With all those mindset and mentality and adjustment, you tend to see that you give yourself more belief that you can do something. I think one of the major motivations that should motivate you to doing something is those things that people say that are actually what they are saying against you. I think you should be motivated to do those things that they said against you to prove them that you can do it. And the more you are able to do those things you fear that you think you cannot do, the more motivated you are to do them. The more motivated you are to do them, the more motivated you are, because the more you do them, the more you become motivated. So rather than shrinking and feeling that you don't deserve something or you don't deserve some big things, I think the best thing to do is to work out of those things and start doing them. Remove this mentality. Nobody stamps you with all of that. And once you're able to do that, it will really go a long way for you to make it better. So being unworthy or not is simply your own perspective. If you say you are worthy, you are. If you say you are not worthy, you are not. You will live into your own story, which means whatever you tell yourself, that is what you live into. It is very critical that I'm going to repeat it. If you say you are worthy, you are. If you say you are not worthy, you are not. Either way, you will live into your story. Your ability to achieve your desires has nothing to do with whether you are worthy or not, but everything to do with your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Those are the major things that can affect what you achieve and what you don't achieve, and not really whether you are worthy or not. It's all within the mind, it's all within the mindset. So I encourage you to start the journey of banishing any of these unworthy sentiments you have. The life you have today, you are given, it's given to you for a purpose. None of it has anything to do with whether you are worthy or you are not worthy. It's all a made-up story. We all have the capability to do the things we want to do, to be the things we want to be, and to create the lives we want to live. However, it all starts with us and the cleaning up of every negative thought and lack of worthiness or low self-esteem that is working against us.